So, I got another fairy tale fight. This one's gonna be more interesting than the last one. If you watched fairy tale, like people should, if they watch this video, Natsu versus Azuma during Tenrou Island. So, Natsu originally fought against Zankro, and Azuma originally fought against Urza. So, in place of Urza, Natsu now has to fight to protect his friends. They're all getting their magic drained, and the only way to stop them from getting their magic depleted is by him beating Azuma. But low-key, Natsu actually has the advantage. Still, um, Azuma, he uses wood type magic, tree magic. But he can cause these branches to explode. He can cause explosions within these trees. So it's still a fight, but I'll let you know what goes on. So strength, physical strength, striking power, and lifting power goes to Natsu. He's the Dragon Slayer. He's gonna hit him anytime he hits him with any of his Dragon Slayer moves. It's gonna do damage to him. Speed wise, Natsu got it. Azuma wasn't too fast in his fight against Urza. I'm pretty sure he's faster than Azuma. Then when it goes to durability, Natsu has the durability to withstand those attacks. Let's say he does create some explosions. He sends those little pieces of wood at him, and then he causes them to explode. Boom. Nah, he's good. He comes out of that barely scathed, right? Endurance wise, Natsu has the endurance edge here. Even though this guy's basically draining energy from his, guild mates, he still has enough energy or magical power to, combat that. When it comes to intelligence, Azuma, Natsu, he ain't the smartest guy in the world. This guy, he knows about the island, and that was the strategy. He was the guy who knew about how to drain the magical power from the island, and basically kind of fuse with that tree, Tenrou tree, in order to do so. So, strategic planning, this guy has that mindset. And experience, slightly more experience than Natsu does at this time. Close skills go to Natsu though, still. Close skills, he's boxing this guy up. Range skills go to Azuma. They're fighting in a whole environment that's basically controlled by him, to some extent. Now, there will be a point in this fight when it does go against him, like it did in the fight against Urza, right? But that's towards the later part of the fight. But since they're fighting, he can turn the tree into an explosive, right? Boom, he can just make that branch that he's standing on explode, and then he's falling, and then he's making the branches stab him and then explode, all this other shit. But you could give it to Natsu if you wanted to, because Natsu has the Dragon Slayer roar. That shit's gonna be powerful, even without because he don't have that amp from Bloxus yet either. That don't happen until after all the 7 kin were destroyed. So I'll give it to Azuma this time. Range skills go, or recovery goes to Natsu. Hacks go to Natsu as well. Natsu's the main character of the story. He would still not. You wouldn't have a problem turning that shit back on. So basically, in his fight against Urza, and he's done this, right? So he was trying to basically use the energy of the Tenrou tree to kill Urza, but she was able to harness that power to basically reverse that shit on him, and she was able to use that energy to defeat him. Natsu will do the same fucking thing. If anything, he likes to kill just as much or even a little more than Urza does, man. environment goes to Natsu for that reason, because at the end of the fight, towards the like later parts of the fight, when he's tired, Natsu's a little bit tired. He has a little bit more, and when he tries to do that shit where he's like, okay, I'll use all the power of Tenrou to like kill you, that power will then feel Natsu, and then he's just even more powerful, and it's just overkill after that at that point, because this is a man who uses wood type magic. Now he does explode and stuff, but these explosions cause what? Fire. Fire just increases Natsu's power. So guess what? Natsu wins this fight, mid to high difficulty. But be cool, calm the corner, and let me know what you think about this fight in the comments below.